Realign your future today. So tune in to Cliff Views Online, June 25 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the annual Realign Business and Investment Conference 2025 at the Jamaica Pegasus. Catch the live stream on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Entrepreneurial Partners Limited.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM with Pepita and Honey Bee from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we broadcast live from Megamart Waterloo, Friday, June 27. Pepita and Honey Bee plus Megamart equals Mega Vibes. Join us at Megamart Waterloo for all the month-end specials, excitement, entertainment, and more. Pepita and Honey Bee are doing it mega with Megamart. Don't miss the end-of-month mega specials, June edition. Come be a part of the mega broadcast with Pepita and Honey Bee, Friday, June 27, 2025 from 3 to 5 p.m. at Megamart Waterloo. Megamart, best value by far. This broadcast is brought to you by Megamart.
Exciting news! The Dezign Studio on Nationwide 90 FM just got a whole lot bigger. Join us this and every Saturday now from 1 to 3 p.m. for an exclusive show that elevates your home, mind, and soul. Discover the latest interior design trends to create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Dezign Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
The E-Zone is here for you.
With this thing, Honey Bee.
And Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to EZONE blinddates@gmail.com. That's EZONEblinddates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions.
Share them with us at EZONEconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Hold on. Did you say you're on your way? Why now? When you just went MIA. Message received, oh, now you want me back. I know the procedure. Trying to come to my place, turn around, it's too far away, too far gone. Ooh, can't handle what I am now. You a fan now, and I'm not what I was. So tell me, are you down now? Cause I'm up now. So let's make truth or dare. Dare you to forget that you used to treat me just like anyone. Truth or dare, is it true you care? Now that you can see the love from everyone. Tell me, now you care. Truth or dare, are you playing? Truth or dare, tell me. Now you playing, truth or dare? Are you playing, truth or would you still want me if I didn't have it all?
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Yes, this is the Design Studio. Let me just introduce it again. And this is the hottest radio show, I'm telling you, in the entire Caribbean. Because you know what? It is a design radio show on the radio and simultaneously on YouTube. So you know what that means, right? It's a one of a kind. Yes. So how are you guys? How was your week? How was your Saturday going? Welcome to everybody who is joining us on YouTube. Hi, David. Hi, Rose. Hi, Annie Smith. How are you? Yes. And everybody who's tuning in on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9 FM. Hello to you and welcome again to the Design Studio with me, your design diva, Karen Booker. So guess what? No, we're still your go-to, for all things interior design. But now we're taking it up a notch. And you know this, for the past, I guess, a few months, we have expanded the show. So beyond transforming your spaces into beautiful and functional homes, we're bringing you fresh lifestyle segments to inspire every corner of your life. Yes, from home decor and wellness to what's trending now. You've definitely come to the right place. So grab your cup of tea, settle in, and let's design not just your home, but a life that you truly love and, of course, you deserve. So you're locked in to the Design Studio. I'm going to invite you again to come on over to our YouTube live channel and click the link in our chat. Give us your feedback on the show. And what is our YouTube channel? You might be saying to yourself and asking. It is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. Yes, you go on over to the Google Play Store. You download the Nationwide 90 FM app, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, and then you subscribe. Exactly. And then you smash that notification button. And then every time the Design Studio comes on, guess who's live and guess who's here with me? You are. So coming up in the show this week, let me just tell you something. This week, the show just gets better and better and better. You understand what I'm saying? So, we alternate with social media. So this week we have cleaning and organizing. And you know what we're doing this week? We're organizing the kids' school supplies. Now the school's almost out. Yeah. This is going to be a fresh take on all of that. All those school supplies and what you're going to do with stuff. You know what I mean? In Design Lab, you're going to love me for this. We are upcycling old furniture with paint or contact paper. Yes. And then what would Karen do? That would be a surprise because it's an on-the-spot question, right? I want you to send all of your design questions to 876-280-6629. And of course, if you're on YouTube, we welcome the questions because we just love the feedback. Right, Annie Smith? Rose, how you doing? David, yes. Okay. Now, interior design, we will be incorporating tropical plants indoors. We are still in biophilic design era, and we need those plants inside. Okay. Home tour now, the R Hotel. This is another smart one. This one is nice. Now, let me just introduce you to what's coming on in Thrive 360. We have Janet Morgan with us. And you might be saying, who is Janet Morgan? She's a coach. She's a mentor. She has written this book. Yes. And the book brings to life all her grandmother's sayings. It is legacy. Let me tell you something about legacy building. It is this book because the proverbs, right? We live by these proverbs. What our grandparents say, our mothers say, and so on. New broom sweep clean, old broom sweep the corner. You know those things, right? What she has done is put a twist on it. So we have the proverbs, plus she has her grandmother's sayings, her original sayings, and then it is how it's applied to everyday life. Oh my goodness. The book is full of nuggets. It's full of goodies. It is full of transformational ideas and just making you feel good to know that what? You're a Jamaican. Yes. So make sure you stay tuned with me. Keep it locked. Soon come back, pay some bills and come right back. All right.
And I'm not what I was. So tell me, are you down now? Cause I'm up now. So let's make truth or dare you to forget that you used to treat me just like anyone. Truth or dare.
performance. Hilti, Chakama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. 3 parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilti, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61124. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
They hear plenty scores, yeah. So they no believe us, yeah. When I got the bless us, them out the sharp like scissors. Say they try their best to they pressure me, but I live my life as a nobody.
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
So greetings, my stylish friends and my fabulous listeners and my wonderful viewers who are on YouTube. I can see Annie, I can see Rose McIntosh, I can see Marvelous Marvin David. You're here with me each and every Saturday. You guys are my day ones and I so appreciate you. So you know what's happening now, right? Yeah, school is winding down. What we're going to do about all of these things that we have accumulated throughout the school year. Yeah, so now is the perfect time to hit that reset on all of the supplies and the school-related clutter, because I am telling you, there is nothing that clutters up your house like school supplies. You know, all of these kindergarten projects that it takes a master's degree to build, all of these things, because you know, when your children are in nursery and up to, I guess, age 3 and 4, you have these fantastical projects. Yes, and you're like, oh my God, this is not a project for the child, it's a project for me. You know what I mean? So we accumulate stuff and we accumulate. So here is what we're going to do now. We're going to delve into how to, reset with all of these supplies and what to do with them. So it's not just about tidying up, it's also a chance to reflect and repurpose and get ahead of the next school year. So, this topic this week is especially helpful for parents who want to avoid the last minute back to school stress. And let me just tell you something. I remember when my son was going to JC and even coming up from Mona Prep into JC. Now, let me just tell you something. You see, when it came to school last minute, I did it 1 year and I said, no, it traumatized me so much. I said, never again, never again, never again, never again. Even my other children, because my other children are older, just never again, just never did it because it was just too much stress. Very, 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 very traumatic. You know what I'm saying? So it is important to organize now. Why? Because it prevents the summer clutter and the mess at home. Yeah. And remember now that the children are home. So, them bring along their own kind of stress as they go along with all of the projects they will be doing and the games that they're going to be playing and the books that they're going to be reading, right? It also teaches kids responsibility and the importance of taking care of their belongings. Yeah, never a time like this. It saves money because you'll know exactly what you already have before buying new supplies for the summer. Yes, and it prepares kids mentally for a smoother transition into the next school year. Yeah, so that is why it's important to organize like right now. So I'm going to give you some step-by-step tips. Of course, we hold your hand over here, We hold your hand over here. We don't just tell you go organize and then just leave you alone to go organize. We're going to tell you how to do it. Here's what you do. Step 1, you're going to empty everything. Have your child empty their backpack, their pencil case, their desk, or any drawers or bins where school stuff tends to pile up, right? Lay it all out so you can see what you're working with. You have to see what you're working with. You can't go into it blind. I know sometimes it is so traumatizing because you're like, how them accumulate so much stuff. You've accumulated stuff. Yeah, you have too. So don't judge. Don't be judgy. All right, cool. Here's what you're going to do now. You're going to sort it into categories. You're going to make piles. Understand? All right. You're going to keep and reuse. That is one pile. You're going to have trash and you're going to have donate or give away. And then you have the memory items. So let's unpack this now. Pile number 1, keep and reuse. That is the most important pile. Right? Example now, your scissors, your rulers, your markers, that still work. Do not keep markers and crayons that are like 1 inch. Some of the markers just don't work because what it is now, they leave off the cap and it dries out and so on. And you have all of this stuff. The crayons are down to nothing. Let me tell you something. You don't need those. Get rid of those, right? So the things that still work, if you have like, those sets that have the protractors and compass and these things and so on. Sometimes at the end of the school year, you only have 1 or 2 pieces in there. Figure out whether you want that, do you want to still keep it or you want to get a new one. You understand? The broken items, you don't want to keep nothing broken in your house. I've told you that already. If it's when it comes to your kitchen, your bedroom, your living room, anything, broken items, broken energy. You don't want it in your space, right? Used up notebooks. They're already done with the school year. Them done. Them come out. They're on top. They're superstars. Yes? Those notebooks, you can either file them away or you can get rid of them, right? And only you can make that decision, but they can't be just strewn all over the place. All right. So they're going to donate or give away the extra supplies that you don't need. You see, I just talked about the crayons a while ago. If it is down to a half a crayon and you know that you're going to be buying crayons for the next school year, do you know that there are schools that accept those half crayons? Like, yeah, they do. Please, may I beg you? If it's down to the inch, throw that away. You don't need that. But there are people who overshop for supplies and have a lot of crayons at the end of the year, and they know that they're going to buy a crayon again the next school year. Donate them. Please donate them because there are people who really, really, really want them, right? Okay. What about the memory items now? You remember I just talked about these projects, these fantastical projects, the artwork, the awards, the special notes. Yes, there's something that take up all heap of space. Yes, especially if your children are overachievers and them win everything and them get every award. Yeah, you can't throw away those. You just have to make sure that you have a corner, a wall, or some space in your home that will give homage and an honor to your children and to yourself because it's you raise them. You understand what I'm saying? Them never just stay so. Yeah, it's you. Why? Take some credit for yourself. All right, here's the thing now. Clean as you go. You see the lunch kits, if you're going to keep the lunch kits there, wipe it down, sterilize, put it away. Come September, you're going to use it again. The backpacks, are you going to be buying a new backpack? Are you using the old one? Are you going to use the old ones, during the summer vacation? Yeah, wash it. Not dirty like a backpack. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And let me tell you something. Now, because the black ones and the dark blue ones don't show dirt, yeah. They have the same amount of dirt like the light pink ones. Okay. The pencil cases are, let me just tell you something. I'm going to date myself. When I went to school eons ago when the dinosaurs lived, we had to prepare our classroom for the next class that's coming. And part of that, what we had to do was sand down the desk. Anybody remember you have to use sandpaper and clean off your desk? Yeah, and that just came to my head. It's like, okay, you always have to leave your space in a very wonderful way and tidy and clean for the next person that is coming after you. You know what I mean? So what you have to do now is to clean those desks, clean all of the items, because this also helps to refresh the items that will be used again. You understand? Okay, now, here is the deal now. You can create a summer station, you know. You can create a summer station. You can create a summer station. You're going to set up a small summer corner at home with essentials for reading, writing, drawing, and arithmetic and activities. This keeps creativity flowing during the break. Okay, all right. And you know, it is the easiest thing for us to give our children the devices and say, hey, you know, all this, I'm going to want to hear from you. And let me tell you something. They're not mad at it. They want you to give them the device. The struggle now is when you give them paper and pencil and say, go draw something. That now becomes a struggle. But you see, once they start, the creativity that is unleashed. So I am not saying don't give them the device. Give them the device because they need to be on top of every technology, every app, every AI, everything that is out there. But you also need to balance it with some paper and some crayon and some tactile skills as well, and some, of course, social skills. All right, the next thing now I want you to do is to pack up our store for September, because September morning coming in. Don't think now that because we're just in the middle of June, September is very far away. No, it's not. No, it really isn't. So you're going to label the bins or the containers for the next school year with the supplies that can be reused, like unused notebooks, folders, and stationery. I have been guilty of this. I buy too much notebook. Why I buy so much notebook? Only God in heaven knows. But yeah, so what I'm saying, if you're like me, buying too much folders, too much notebooks, too much of everything, these things, you know exactly what you have before you hit the stores again in August. You know, because sometimes you have more things than you think you know. And when you start to prepare, meaning you have exactly in your head how many notebooks you have, how many unused pens you have, how much scissors you have, how much charts you have, how much let me just tell you something, is less money you're going to spend. All right, you're going to also, you know, before I leave you, you're going to involve your child. Make it fun with music or small rewards. I keep telling you guys over and over, even if it's you uncluttering, decluttering, and so on, make sure, put on some music, reward yourself, reward your child. So if you want a reward, don't you think that your child is going to need a reward as well? Yes, man. Turn it into teachable moments about decluttering and gratitude. What does gratitude have to do with all of this? Okay. For the things that you're going to get rid of, you're going to tell it, thank you. Thank you for honoring me. Thank you for this service. Thank you for your service. You know, for that old backpack that you had. Thank you for carrying my books all of this season. Because let me just tell you something. Sometimes I see these poor little children. I mean, one day now, if 10 years time, these children going to have back problem. Because the bag them heavy. You have to thank the things before you get rid of it. You understand? Okay, next thing now, you're going to create a checklist for what needs to be restocked later. Yeah. And then you're going to store things by category: arts and crafts, writing tools, notebooks, tech gear. You know what I mean? So here's the thing now, guys. The moral of this story is get ahead of the curve. You don't want September morning come and you're not prepared. When you have, after, of course, Dezign Studio, after you finish listening to Dezign Studio from 1 to 3 each and every Saturday on Nationwide FM or Nationwide 90 FM Live 2 on the YouTube, then we inspire you and motivate you to get along with these little projects along with your child so that you can be ready and prepared. All right? Okay. We're going to take a little pause for the cause and come right back in a few.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Commercial spaces for you. Parks and attractions for you. Housing and residential developments for you. Beautiful rental properties for you. Improving quality of life through infrastructure development across Jamaica for you. The Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
UDC for you.
You want to win? Then just bet. Bet on the game, no stress, no sweat. And win big in the Wanna Bet Just Bet promotion. Spend $1,500 or more on one Just Bet ticket and complete the entry form at promotions.supremegames.com for your chance to win. Third place gets Beats by Dre. Second place gets an iPhone 15 and AirPods Pro. And first place gets a 65-inch TV and a soundbar. Promotion runs May 16 to July 20, 2025. Grand draw July 25, 2025. Authorized under Section 58. Of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Tune in to Cliff Views Online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the annual Realign Business and Investment Conference 2025 at the Jamaica Pegasus on Wednesday, June 25. Join us for the Realign Business and Investment Conference featuring keynote speaker Ambassador Audrey Marks, Ambassador Janet Alyssa, and visionary investor David Mullings. This event focuses on investments and partnerships, powering economic prosperity, engaging global Africa. Don't miss this opportunity to connect, invest, and grow. Be part of the movement. Realign your future today. So tune in to Cliff Views Online June 25 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the annual Realign Business and Investment Conference 2025 at the Jamaica Pegasus. Catch the live stream on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Entrepreneurial Partners Limited.
Dezign Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Sensational, yeah. What didn't I do for you, girl? And I know, and I know, and I know I still fall for you. Love like a riddle, yeah. Give me that cruise for the riddle. Oh, I laugh just a little, yeah. Life's pretty sweet, can be bitchy. Tell me love her to the morning, nah, nah, nah. Love her to the nighttime, nah, nah, nah. I don't get nobody, I don't get nobody, yeah. If you give me body, I won't tell nobody, yeah. I like girl, she West Coast, so now she want me, pull me. I like girl, she West Coast. You see it's obvious. Sensational.
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
And I know. Yes, let me just tell you something. It is a sensational day. It's a sensational afternoon. And of course, a round of applause is not just for me. It is, of course, for David in studios because he is keeping us in a very sensational mood. Yes, it is, because I'm telling you, his musical stylings, second to none. So hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Design Studio with me, your girl, Karen Booker, the Design Diva. Yes, and everybody on YouTube, I'm telling you, yes, I saw all of your comments, and it's like, yeah, you know, my family over there saying, no, children don't need a book bag every school year. Them don't need it, because I'm telling you, sometimes, you know, you buy these things late in the school year. So let me just ask you something, YouTube. If you buy a school bag in, say, let's say March, does that child need a school bag in September again? Just asking. Just asking. If you buy, school shoes in April and the foot don't grow out the shoes, them need new shoes again? Just asking. Just asking. Just asking. So, guess what? No, we are upcycling old furniture with paint or contact paper. Yes, let me just tell you something. Jamaica is a place for recycling. We are the ones who turned lemonade out of lemons. We are the ones who always turn you and make fashion. We have, let me tell you something about, our whole spirit and our legacy of turning things into something else. I think it's we, honest to God. I want somebody to do a study on it, because I really do think, just think that we are the most creative people. We are the most innovative people. Good and bad too, good and bad, yeah. We take the crown, we take it for that. I would really love to do a study, or somebody should do a study, not I, about really just to say if we are the most creative in the world, because I am proud to be a Jamaican any day of the week. You understand what I'm saying? So, here's the thing now, we're going to be transforming your old furniture. And let me tell you something, it's not furnitures, it's furniture, pieces of furniture. All right, okay. Even sometimes I hear in some people who have holy letters behind their name saying furnitures and I'm like, oh no. Okay, so don't toss it, transform it. Yeah? You have an old dresser, old table, a bookshelf that's seen better days. We all have. Instead of throwing it out or spending big on new pieces, you can breathe new life into tired furniture using just paint or contact paper. It's budget friendly, beginner friendly, and a creative way to personalize your space. Yes, it is. All right, so this now. It encourages sustainability and budget conscious design. Is perfect for renters. Now, in Jamaica, 80% of the people them rent, right? Because we have to, yes, we do. People have to rent before they own. You understand me? Yes. And so what do we do with the spaces that is being rented? Yeah, to fix up. You have to put your personality in there. You know what I mean? And even for first-time decorators or DIY fans, of which we have many of on the Dezign Studio, Nationwide 90 FM, and Nationwide 90 FM Live too, on the YouTube. Yes. And also it empowers our listeners over here to reimagine what they already own. Sometimes you're looking at this piece of furniture and you're like, Sammy, could I do something with that? Instead of sitting down there doom scrolling for 4 hours, yeah, you could actually be reimagining a piece of furniture. And you know what? It adds fun and a hands-on project to the summer staycations or weekend vibes. I'm going to tell you something about chalk paint. Yes, I don't know if chalk paint is it's a wonderful kind of paint that you can use on your furniture and you can make it. So you're going to take the standard BH furniture, right? BH paint, I'm sorry. And you're going to put in there. So for every quart, you're going to put a quarter cup of bicarbonate of soda. Yeah. And what that does, it creates a nice little texture. So it's going to turn it into like a matte finish. Yes. And then it has a nice little sheen and a little chalky. Yes, right? Because it's chalk paint, right? It has a little chalky look to it. You know what I mean? So you know that the colors that are out now, besides the hot pink, the Booker color, the Dezign Diva color. Besides that, the colors now are more muted and chalky. Yes, that is how you do it. So you add a little bit of the bicarbonate of soda to the thing, or plaster of Paris. I know you probably can't get plaster of Paris depending on your location readily, but everybody can. It's where you put in your fridge. You can put it in there. You cool? Yeah. All right. Cool. So you're gonna paint now a piece like a small table or a stool. You're gonna check it out that first, right? You're gonna test it. Yeah, in a bold, trendy color or a soft color or, yeah. So you're going to do that first, test it out, and you know what's going to happen? Instant gratification, instant room refresh. I'm not lying to you. Try emerald green. Green was the color for Yeah, it still is. Navy blue, terracotta, or mustard yellow. Let me just tell you something. These colors work, but do small first. Do small first. Then you're going to do now two-tone designs. Yeah, two-tone designs. You're going to paint drawers or legs in a different color for a stylish contrast. And you know, contrast is all about what we do over here. We don't want a boring space. We don't want a space where, you know, it's just like one muted color. Yes, we borrowed that from North America. Yeah, because, you know, we can't live without other people's influences. But we're coming back to ourselves. We are colorful people. We love personality and character and dopamine design. And yes, Annie Smith is just said, you know, chalk paint is different from chalkboard paint. Yes, it certainly is. Chalkboard paint is used for, you know, the chalkboard. Right? And I'm thinking some schools now, them never have chalkboard no more, you know. You know what I'm at? Whiteboard. Yes, man, technology of one, them there, you know. But the chalk paint now is a finish or is a paint that you can use on your furniture. And because it is forgiving, it's not going to be, you know, you're not going to show up every little nick and crack and all these things. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So remember to use painter's tape for a clean, professional look. So if it is that you're just doing the drawers, right? Of course, you're going to take out the drawers out of the piece. Cool. And if you're doing stripes, then you're going to tape it off. Yeah. Because we don't want a little rugged and ragged and chamba line around here. No, we're professional people. You know what I mean? Okay. How about contact paper now? Instant glow up, marble, wood grain, metallic finishings, and them all about the place because I've seen them on all of these little stores that are opening up on every corner. Yes. And then you can even, you know, you can go to any store and go get contact paper. Yeah, it's the same contact paper that you line your drawers with. Yeah, same thing. Peel and stick. Yeah, peel and stick. Repositionable, and what? Renter safe, and you get the expensive look without the cost. You do. Yeah. Statement backs now. Line the back of the open bookshelves with a patterned or textured contact paper for depth and interest. Oh, did I just say that? God, yes. Yeah. That same bookshelf, the little old bookshelf that you have 1,001 books in. Yes, because we don't throw out books, right? We don't throw out books. You know that we don't do that. Notebooks and those things that we use already and so on. But you're talking about like textbooks, fiction. No, we don't throw books. So you have old book, right? What you can do is jazz up the thing. Take out the books, take out the shelves, line the back with some contact paper or some wallpaper, peel and stick, and guess what? Voila! New piece. All right. Easy drawer makeover. Ready for this one? Use patterned contact paper inside or on the front of the drawers for a pop of personality. I tell you already, we are personality people. We love the color. We love the drama. We love the contrast. That's who we are. Right? So before you apply anything now, remember to clean it first. Okay, a little bit of soap and water go along. Yeah. For paint, use primer if you're painting over laminate or glossy finishes. Let me just tell you something too. BH Paint have a paint over there named Porch and Patio in the Ultima brand. Ultima Porch and Patio. We sprayed some cabinets with it the other day because you can change it. Your cabinets don't always have to be a wood color, and it don't always have to be white. It can be blue, it can be gray, it can be green, it can be any color you want it to be. So we used Porch and Patio the other day from BH Paint in the Ultima. And let me just tell you something. I will not be over here, just telling you, use this, use that if I never believe in this brand. It silky smooth, beautiful, hard finish. Have the primer in there. Yeah, just telling you. Just telling you. So, if you can, if you're using paint, of course, go for the BH Paint brand. If you're using it over wood, cabinets and stuff, go for Porch and Patio, right? Because it has the primer in there already, right? If you're using like wallpaper, or contact paper, use a smoothing tool or a credit card when you apply the contact paper, because you know what? Bubbles going to come. And it happens to everybody and the best of us. The bubbles will be there. And you're going to seal your furniture now with a water-based top coat for your durability. You got it? Let me just tell you something. Is summer coming in or summer is here? For some of us, summer is here. Well, in Jamaica, the seasons are not just marked. But, we have people who listen to us all over the world. So we have to give you something to do with all these dog days of summer. Okay, let's pay some bills and we'll be right back.
From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter. And my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Pan select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Like a drum, drum, drum. Feel it in my soul. Leave me wanting more. You make me wanna run, run, run. Heart be racing like a drum, drum, drum. Don't know where we'll go. Don't know where we'll go. Yeah. You don't need to run away. Stay right next to me. Stay right next to me.
You're in the Design studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Keep the music going, man. Keep the music going. Keep it going. Let me just tell you something. My stylish friends, my beautiful viewers and listeners, may you always find that type of love and passion in your life. Yeah, where you just want to make Mercy just want to make you run, and you want to stay next to you and all that kind of something. Some of you don't know passion enough. I mean, no say no. Because based on how you talk on the road. But may you find it though. May you find it. All right, here's the thing now. What would Karen do? Of course, it is supported by BH Paints. There you go. So this listener says, I have a small living room and she wants to add a couch, a computer desk, a chair, a center table, a fan, a child's small table, a chair, TV and rug. But she doesn't want to make the space crowded. YouTube, what say you? What say you over there? Listener has a small living room and she wants to add some things to it. So she wants to add a sofa, otherwise known as a couch, computer desk and chair, center table, fan, child's small table, and a chair, of course, a rug. How does she not make the space crowded? Now, this is, although you might say, typical things to go in a living room, whether it's small or whatever the case is. But let me just tell you something. It is a common problem. It is a dilemma. You know why? Because no scale and proportion. Why? I don't know. You guys have been listening to Design Studio for 3 years now, and I have been teaching I feel like a failure. But today is the day. Scale and proportion. Scale and proportion means the proportion of the sofa, you know, in with regard to the proportion of the room to you as the person in the space. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes when we put these big ginormous sofas into this small space and we go in and it's like, oh, hello sofa, it's out of scale and you can't fit nothing else in there. So the best thing that you can do now is measure the space. You measure the width, you measure the length, you see how much depth is in there. Then you have to make sure that you understand that you have to use apartment-sized furniture. If you are ordering off Amazon or ordering off Wayfair or any of these, big box retailers, I would suggest online that you make sure that you check your measurements very, 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 very carefully and make sure that the pieces fit. If it is that you're going into any of our local suppliers, and let me tell you something now, what a time in Jamaica for buy furniture. Oh my God, everybody's selling furniture in Jamaica now. Every single somebody. You see this? I can't wait for Christmas to come when everybody buying furniture and a fix up. Because I tell you, everybody, you just have to be on what you call it, doom scrolling, and you will see, I guess from my YouTube page, my For You page, I see all of this because I think it's interesting times. But just make sure that your furniture is in scale and proportion to your space. If you do not do that, what will happen is your space will just look, whatever you say, overcrowded, and it look too much, and then it's going to look chaka and it's going to look like I've heard people say this clustered, but what they really want to say is cluttered. You understand? So the first thing that you have to do to anchor the room, of course, is to get a sofa. You're going to get if it's a small living room, you're going to get an apartment sized sofa, or you get a love seat. You understand what I'm saying? Get a big enough love seat, because a love seat is smaller than a sofa. It's a 2-seater, right? And sometimes that's all you need. Cool. Then you get a rug, anchor the space. Then you get a chair now. You don't necessarily have to have the matching. We don't do matchy anymore, by the way, guys. We don't do that. We just don't. It don't make sense. You have your brain. You can go and you can find a chair that will match your sofa. Yes. And look nice. And when I say match, coordinate, not matchy. It will coordinate with it. It will go with it. It will add some contrast. So if you have a solid sofa, then you go with a patterned or a textured accent chair. Cool? All right. So all those now on the rug. Then now she wants a TV. Mount the TV on the wall. You want a fan, ceiling fan. Yeah. You want a child's desk. Desk should be in the corner or maybe the opposite side of the sofa, or you can put it now on right beside the love seat with the chair, and then you don't need an end table. You understand what I'm saying? What else you need in there now? A center table. Of course you're going to put the center table to scale in front of the sofa. You know what I mean? All right. And that's it. So that's how you not make the space overcrowded. So it's not about the pieces, it's the size of the pieces. Understand? All right, gonna take a little break and come right back.
Design Lab Home Decor Tips.
What Would Karen Do was brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Decorate like a designer with BH Paints. The time brought to you by BH Paints is
1:53 p.m.
Interior design is brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
Original girl, you want a replica? No. Smoothie, no regular. No. Pretty for real, I'm pretty from a cellular. No. Don't say you had. No.
They never had a pretty girl from Joburg to me now, and that's what they prefer. I don't touch no wheel, cause I got a chauffeur. First class, how I get around the world. Just miss me with the drama, unless you come in with the commas. Or DJ turn the sound up, cause we about to pour the rounds up. From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter. And my face can't make him feel weaker. But to know that my body is a healer. Ooh, I love to make it jump, 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 jump.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
Jump, right? So you know where you are. You know you're in the design studio. You know you're with me, Karen Booker, and you know this is a place where decor isn't just about trends and fads. You know, it is about making your space a reflection of you. Speaking of which, you can please like up the live, please. All of you, my family over there, all my cousins from all parts of the world, please like up the live. And if you are just, we have a good number of people, you know, who are on Nationwide 90 FM live too, who are watching, but you never really let us know that you're there. Can you just let us know that you're there so we can make a friend or two? Yeah, but like up the live though. The numbers do count. Yes. So now, incorporating tropical plants inside. Why tropical plants? Why you say? Why not? Why not? And even if you live in a cold country, you can still get tropical plants and just have them inside. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a controlled environment. Okay. So they thrive in warm, humid climates, perfect for Jamaica or similar regions, right? They add natural color, texture, and life to any room. Yeah. Tropical, yeah, let me just tell you something about the tropical people and tropical things and things that are indigenous to the region. We add flavor, life, color, spice, anything, whether it's the plants or whether it's us or whether it's our colors, there is at least something there that we add. No, seriously, no. So talking about data and evidence and the science of it, it improves, yes, these plants improve air quality, and they do reduce stress. Yes, let me just tell you something. You see, anybody who has a gardening habit, I wish I had a gardening habit. I can appreciate the beauty of flora, but let me just tell you something, man. If there was anybody with a brown thumb, I can only do snake plants and fiddle leaf fig. They don't take much out of me and I don't take much out of them. You know, we coexist. You know what I'm saying? We say hi to each other and, you know, we keep it moving. And, you know, it's a very nice relationship. But anything other than that? Mm-hmm. All right. So, you know, boho and coastal or even minimalist interiors, those are in now, as well as like dopamine design. Plants go beautifully with those. Yes. So the best tropical plants for indoors now. Monstera deliciosa. Yes. AKA the Swiss cheese plants. They have big dramatic leaves and they're easy to grow. They love bright, indirect light. Yeah. So you're not necessarily going to be putting them in front of the window. You can put them like offset from the, but Monstera deliciosa. Oh my God. Yes. Big. The more drama you have in your space, the better it is for you. Yeah. The Areca palm now or the bamboo palm. You guys know this. You know exactly what this Areca, everybody know Areca. If you're having an event, Is areca palm. If you're doing so, is areca palm. They are beautiful. You know what they're good for? Like a live border or a live wall. Because they're nice and they have a lot of leaves and they're just nice. So they had a really soft flowing vibe. Yeah, because of how they grow. So there's, it provides a lot of movement. Great for living rooms or corners with filtered light. And with this now, you put a backlight on that bad boy. Oh, yes, you got it. The bird of paradise. Oh my gosh. Bold and architectural with large upright leaves. Yes. This though needs a lot of sunlight to thrive. Yeah. So I would put this like right in front of a window, or on an indoor porch or so on. No, here's my plant now, the snake plant. Yes, man, the snake plant. They're tolerant. You remember, I just talked to you about my my relationship with my snake plant. Yes. It tolerates me. Yeah. And I tolerate it. And we have a very, very good relationship. No, they're tolerant. They're stylish. Of course, they have to be stylish in my house. They have to be stylish. Yeah. I need low maintenance. Yes, because the only high maintenance person in my house is me. Perfect for bedrooms or low light areas. Yeah. And then nice. True. The peace lily. Lovely. Adds elegance and purifies the air. Yes, it thrives in medium light and only needs watering once a week. I'm my kind of plants, once a week. And anything that adds elegance and purifies the air, of course, is a win. Yes. Okay, so placement tips now. Use plant stands or hangers to elevate greenery and create layers. This is it. This part, period. Plant stands or plant hangers. So then you lift them up off of the ground. They will make a statement. That one plant will make a statement if you put it on a plant stand. Elevate your greenery. Place near the windows, but avoid direct scorching sunlight. In your bathrooms now, yes, this is a great place for humidity-loving plants like ferns. Yeah. Mix pot sizes and shapes to create visual interest. Okay, so here are the tips for success now. These are the pro tips. Yes? Okay. Do you have a eucalyptus? Do you know what the eucalyptus is? If you don't, go Google it now and stuff. Do you know that you can put your eucalyptus right by your shower? And every single time you take a shower, the steam will activate, yes, the scent of the eucalyptus, and it will make you feel like you're in a spa. So your own personal spa. Now that is the book tip for today. Okay, don't overwater. Most tropical plants prefer to dry out slightly between watering. Yeah, you can't overwater your plants. It is root rot. Wipe the leaves to keep them dust-free and breathing easy. Yes, you have to wipe the leaves. Yes, and there's things that you can spray upon the leaf, them and things. So, yes, man. And then you have to use well-draining pots and quality soil. The pots, yes, they have to drain. They have to drain, or else you're gonna get root rot. Yes, and use quality soil. Right? Rotate your plants every few weeks for even growth. So, but sometimes too, and you have to know your plants, because there's some plants who just love that corner. And once you take her out to that corner, it's a problem. And I'm going to tell you that it is a problem, So sometimes I'm telling you, you can rotate the plants depending on their tolerance and their temperament, because plants are temperamental, Yes, they're living, breathing things. So if they like that corner, do I beg you? Might stay in that corner, But there are others now that you can move up and down and whatnot if because you're going to elevate. So remember, you're going to elevate your plants now. You're going to hang your plants. You're going to make your plants look like statement pieces as opposed to just something over there in the corner because we have flowers in the house. And stop calling plants flowers. Flowers are flowers and plants are plants. All right? Okay. Remember now. Oh, here is Annie. Annie is saying eucalyptus is a genus of over 700 species of trees and shrubs, mostly native to Australia. Yes. And here we go. Marigold is here. Hi, Marigold. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing over there? Everybody on YouTube, thank you so very much for joining in. And then if you're listening in and you're locked in to 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, welcome to you. And thank you so very much for tuning into the Design Studio with me, Karen Booker, for Nationwide 90 FM. So come back.
Said I don't need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah. I find you, I give you what you need. I know what you like. I feel it coming. Time is of the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I try to live, but I can't. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. You don't need no other body.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Commercial spaces for you. Parks and attractions for you. Housing and residential developments for you. Beautiful rental properties for you. Improving quality of life through infrastructure development across Jamaica for you. The Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
UDC for you.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Dezign Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
stylish people, fabulous listeners, divas and dons. Let me just tell you something. Everybody who locked in over there on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9. Thank you so very much every week, because I know right after you park up somewhere or you go later, you go back to the design studio, and then yes, you know what happens, right? You rewatch. So let me just tell you something. Last week, if you thought that apartment was smart and wonderful, we have another one for you at the R Hotel. Oh my goodness gracious me. Let us get into another version and level of smartness. Yes, over at the R Hotel. We'll be right back.
Peace that you cannot buy. Send me in love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix.
Hey, guess what? Today's home tour takes us to the R Hotel, where everything is operated by this little key called the smart key. So this is the hotel where innovation meets technology, meets aesthetics, meets style, all wrapped together in the bustling metropolis of New Kingston. I cannot wait to show you what I've just seen in these rooms. Come on, follow me. We're in just like that. Oh, let there be light. Remember I said outside, we are controlled by this smart card. When you put it in the smart slot, it turns on all the lights in the apartment, it controls the AC, and it also controls the television. In this apartment, a duplex, it is 1,015 square feet. We have 2 bedrooms upstairs, we have the living, dining, and kitchenette downstairs, and open concept. It's modern, it's nice, it's clean, all white walls and gray plank porcelain floors. So I walk in, right? And on my left, I'm like, okay, I see these 2 doors, so it has to be storage. So I look in here. Not only am I impressed at the amount of storage that's under the staircase, you know what they've done? And this is what I always say to you. Attention to details. The doors open inward. You know what that does? That means that it does not compete with any of the space that you have here to standing. Here it is now on my left side. There's a little crevice here, little cubby, a little cutout. The garbage has its own unique little setting. Then I move up a little chain, a little, 6 inches, and then I have another closet here. Can you guess what's in there? Can you just guess? I bet you can't guess. I know you're saying pantry. It's not a pantry. It's a laundry closet, 4x4, enough to house a standing unit, meaning washer, dryer, combination, and that's your laundry closet. Now, let me talk about the kitchen. Of course, solid surface countertops, right? And then the shaker style in terms of the cabinetry, which is always, always great. Our microwave here, above the range. You know what an above the range microwave does? An above the range microwave traps all the cooking smoke and all the smells and so on. You don't have to use a vent. So it has the vent under here. It's gonna be a little bit more, but it is worth every single penny. Follow me into the open concept living dining. Be right back. We have gotten to our open concept living dining home office space. So let me first address this space here, which can be your dining as well as home office. This space is about 14 feet in length by about 12 feet in width, right? It could be a little smaller. I did this, here was my measuring tool today, like this, 1, 2, 3. You ever did that before? Yeah. Good thing that I have a nice pedicure, so when Nigel focuses on my feet, oh my God, they're just wonderful and great and beautiful. If you have a husband, a father, or so on, who is taking a business trip, he can bring his family. Yeah, so you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So he wants to work, or she wants to work, of course. You can sit at this table, and of course it doubles now as a dining space. Now here's the magic. This is glass. What's so special about glass, you'll ask me? Well, glass carries no visual weight. It is perfect for small spaces. I am now in the living room portion of this open concept living, dining, and kitchen interior. I'm gonna take a seat, like, why not? In every space, there is an interesting installation of impactful art. What does that teach us? That teaches us that yes, your walls can be really stark, minimal, white, but when you hit it with a really wonderful, engaging, and captivating piece of art in this space, remember, it's like 14 long by say 10 to 12 in width. Right? You have to live, meaning your living room space, you have home office, and you have dining room. Okay? So what does that tell you? You can't be cluttering up the space with everything in town. In hotel design, right? You don't necessarily need a rug. Why? Because of the maintenance issue. All right, it's too much to clean. However, in your space at home, I would suggest that you put a nice rug, a nice 5x7, something that, comes out a little bit. So therefore your coffee table, your center table, whatever you want to call it, this table here sits on top of the rug, and then it gives you some sort of grounding. And of course now it gives you some, you guessed it, texture. Anything that is manual is on its way out the door. You use manual things now as backups, but anything that you can do as a remote system, as a smart system, things that you can control from your phone, things that you can control remotely, that's where we're going. And we have to integrate that in your homes. This is also, it's a nice gray leather sofa. Doesn't have any arms, so it's an armless sofa. And what have they done? They've just put one key pillow, a kidney pillow, which is, I'm going to say, 24 inches long by 12 inches in width. That's all you need. You don't need a whole heap of pillow. You know what I'm saying? Because the more things that you put in the space is the more your space will contract and feel smaller. Let's go upstairs, honeys. Yes. So I was on my way upstairs, right? And I'm like, Nigel, hold on a second. We have to talk about these stairs. Here is the thing about the staircase now. It has been painted. Yes. When was the last time you've seen a painted staircase? And it looks great. So this staircase was painted in oil. It's an oil finish staircase. It's high gloss and in oil. You know what that means? That means, yes, it's going to take a little while to dry, but once it's dried, the finish is so strong. That means you can scrub it, you can wipe it, you can go up and down on these stairs. And remember, this is a hotel, so it's all about functionality and then aesthetics, right? So not only does this staircase function well, it looks great, because remember the palette in here, it is all white, so it's gonna be like a 75% white. Right? Then you're going to have a 25% in the gray, and then now you're gonna hit the bits and pieces now of the black. So the black is you'll see a lot of black, well, not much black, but black to ground the space and to make an impact. You can't put that much black in a space, especially when it is small, because the black is strong and it will overpower, right? So you're gonna do, say, 70% of white, all right, 20% of the gray, all right, and then 5% black, and then 5% other colors. Get it? That's your formula. Follow me upstairs. Okay, so welcome to upstairs in this duplex apartment. The first thing that hits you when you walk up, you see coconuts. You can take these pictures with a great camera, and everybody has smartphones these days. So, you take the picture, bring it to a printer, tell them to blow it up to the size on an artist canvas. Instant art. That's today's secret. When you have a staircase, that leads to, another floor, your lighting always has to be key. So here we are in the primary bedroom, and let me tell you something. It is a joy in this primary. You know why? Because the fuchsia hits you, the bougainvillea, and then now the bed scarf. Remember, everything else is white, you know, with a touch of black and the white drapery, which brings up the texture, and the very chocolate espresso brown on the furniture, and boom, what hits you? The fuchsia. It is wonderful. And you know, the next thing that I really, really love, the fact that it's not a king-sized bed, and this is a primary bedroom. Not every primary bedroom needs a king. If the space does not allow for it, don't use it. You know, another thing that I love about this space is the hanging pendant lamp. Seriously, that means you don't really need night lamps, especially, you know, when it is a hotel, because you don't want breakage. So anything that you can affix to the wall, with all of the Airbnbs going on now, you know, certain things you just don't need. You know, you don't need a whole litter of rugs. You know why? Because it's maintenance issues. You don't need a whole bunch of pillows. Why? Because COVID, and it is not sanitary. You see this glow behind the bed? You see what I did just there? You know what that is? That is a strip light. There's, you know, the LED strips. They're sold everywhere now. You can create some magic in your home. This is a walk-in closet which walks through to the bathroom. The wonderful thing about this bathroom as well is the tile. It has marble tile with just slight gray veining, and it goes right well with the overall aesthetic of the space, which is great. Another thing that I want to tell you about, you know, hotel decorating and so on, which you could employ at home. As many things as you can affix to the wall is better for you. It's less cleaning, it's less wear and tear. It is what it is. It's just fixed to the wall, right? So if you have a mirror, affix it to the door. If you have, say, your hand soap, your pumps and so on, affix it to the wall. You know what I mean? It is magic. It is great. I'm telling you. All right, let's go tour another space. All right, so here we are now, very quickly, in the secondary bedroom. Remember, we have primary, we have secondary, we have a tertiary. Okay, so primary bedroom 1, bedroom 2. All right, what I'm really trying to get your attention now is the bed scarf, which is like an ash brown, and then it takes you up now to the impactful art again. The next thing in this room, and again, it's a small room, y'all. It's a really small room. It is the symmetry. What is symmetry? The same thing on one side is the same thing on the other side. We love the pendant ceiling lamps. They're sleek, they're long, it's black, it's simple, it's great. Innovation, it's aesthetics, it's functionality. I'm telling you, our hotel, you're owing me nothing. Here's another feature that I absolutely love, push plates. Push plates, yeah. Usually you see the push plate right here where the handle is. So now they have it right in the center of the door. You know what that does? It minimizes that maintenance issue. You don't have these less fingerprints on the door. It's less dirt on the door. And then when you clean it off right here. It is sanitary. It is great. I absolutely love it. And it is slick. Let's go check out the adjoining suite that gives us the 3rd bedroom. So here I am in the adjoining suite, which is perfect. This whole suite itself can be just a room for rent. You understand? So I walk in, and of course I see the symmetry again. But before I get into that, this room has a home office. It has a desk, you know, and this desk is no more than 30 inches. So what does that tell you? You have a 30-inch space, you can get a desk made. It's just that simple. I have to talk to you about over here. Just follow me over here a second. The rooms are similar, right? So I don't want you to feel that it is, you know, repetitious and she's just saying the same old thing. But here is the issue. Every room has something else that you can take as your own. Now we have the bird of paradise and we have the fuchsia throw again. Here is another key thing that they've done here. See this? They have put the outlet in the bed, which makes it really great for you. You don't have to stretch behind the bed. I know I've done that. Stretch behind the bed to find the outlet and so on. it's there. It's there for you because guess what? The phone has to be charged. The iPad has to be charged. The laptop has to be charged. Everything has to be charged. It's just a way of life. All right. See you on the outside. So, hey guys, this concludes our very special home tour at the R Hotel, where function meets aesthetics, meets innovation, meets style. The list goes on and on and on. And you know what I appreciated most? The Caribbean flavor. So the simplicity in the design, the white walls juxtaposed with the punch of color of the Caribbean. Wonderful. 10 out of 10, 100%. I would stay here all day, any day. Nestled right in the metropolitan area, right in New Kingston. Love it. See you guys next week.
Let me just tell you something, guys. All right. Janet is coming up now. Janet Morgan, I told you that she's an author and I told you about the book that she has written. I'm not even going to tell you yet what that book is. Yes, but because I want you to go ahead, get your tea. You have a little bit of time. Go get your tea, go get your popcorn, go get whatever it is that makes you your comfort food, because this interview is going to blow you away. You don't notice a trend. It's like every single week, we come in here and we bring you these nation builders, these legacy builders. I am telling you, it is second to none. The conversations that we have, and from a very selfish perspective, it is really enriching me and broadening my conversation as I get to meet these people, these women who are changing lives and changing the world, and these men too who are out there with bold voices and just doing the right thing. So I'm gonna ask you, if you are riding around, you're in the perfect place. If you're at home, you're also perfect. If you're getting home, hurry up. Charmaine, I see you. Thank you so very much for joining us. I've been wondering a few weeks, like, where's Charmaine? That Charmaine is now in session. All right, we'll soon come back. And when we get back, we will be here with Janet Morgan, who is an author, mentor, and a speaker with over 30 years of experience in administration. But we're going to talk about the book. Yeah, we get back.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. In 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61124. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Open an account with the Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union today and enjoy attractive savings products and affordable loans with low rates and minimal fees. Membership is open to employees and clients of insurance companies, building societies, and financial service entities. Visit ieccu.com or call 876-906-5362-4 in Kingston or 876-979-6516 in Montego Bay. The Insurance Employees Cooperative Credit Union, a union of possibilities.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints. With over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes, their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Are your devices accurate? Are they calibrated? Even small errors can lead to big problems. That's why Jamaicans trust the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. From food to fuel, health to hardware, our metrology and testing division provides world-class calibration and measurement services to keep your devices precise and your business meeting global standards. Whether you're weighing goods, monitoring temperature, or relying on the accuracy of devices, we get it right every time. Our advanced equipment and experts help you move with confidence. Call 876-618-1534 or visit bsj.org.jm. The Bureau of Standards Jamaica. From lab to market, the power of precision, powering accuracy, ensuring safety. You're in the Dezign Studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
Okay, everybody, you're in your seats? Are you in your seats? Are you paying attention? This is a class that you will not want to miss. You understand? This book is as Jamaican as one, Anansi. You know what I mean? Is as Jamaican as eating fried chicken with curry goat gravy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It is just that important. It is just it is that good. It is that legacy building and legacy forwarding. Okay, so Janet Morgan now, as I said before, she's an author. She's a mentor. She's a speaker with over 30 years of experience in employee benefits administration. She's passionate about community and spiritual growth and personal development. She founded initiatives like Young Adult Meetup, YAM, and Parenting Kids for the Kingdom to inspire and support others. Her debut book, The Art of Living Well, Mama Letty's Proverbs, pays tribute to her Jamaican mother's wisdom, blending storytelling with cultural and spiritual insights. Janet's guiding belief is that conversation is a catalyst for change. Janet?
Hello. Hi.
Hello to you. Let me just tell you something. I read the book. Let me just tell everybody out there, I read the book. I am not just sitting here going on like, I read the book. The book. Oh my gosh. And one of the first things it came up was in praise of the art of living well, right? This book, and this is written, this testimonial or this forward is written by H.D. Lawson Myers, who is a dental surgeon, coach, and speaker. So we're not just talking about any little ordinary somebody like me. We're talking about somebody big, right? She says, this book is like a refreshing glass of water, offering a unique blend of familiar Jamaican sayings and insightful interpretations that resonate deeply. With its relatable wisdom and scriptural references, it evokes a sense of nostalgia while inviting readers to reflect on life's truths. I can't wait to gift it to others, as it has truly nourished my soul. Janet Morgan.
She read the book.
Janet Morgan.
Yes.
I don't even know where to start with you. All I'm saying, I can just imagine you growing up with a mother like Mother Late. You understand what I'm saying, Mama Late? And it's like every day you're in the classroom, every day there's a different proverb, every day there's a different scriptural reference. Every single day, it's like, you know what? Let me shut up my mouth and make you talk. So,
where you want to start? Because I can start anywhere. I lived with a woman for over 40 years. Tell me where you want to start.
Thank you so much for writing this book and gifting it to the world. Now I want everybody to run out and buy this book. And at the end of this interview, you should, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to just run it. We're going to tell you where to get it now.
Copy.
Go grab your copy, man. The Art of Living Well, Mama Letty's Proverbs. Yes. Now, give us some backstory. Mama Letty was your mother.
right? Of course, she's always, mothers are always special, we hope, right? But why was she so special? Because there's a different kind of special. There's special and there's a different kind of special.
Right.
Unpack that for us, please.
So definitely, she's special, of course, as you said, because she's my mother. But outside of that, I come to know her as mother, but I come to know her as a woman of courage, a woman of strength, a woman of stability. I mean, a woman of admirable qualities. A woman who taught me, not by saying it, by demonstrating it, how to dream. Dreaming beyond your circumstances. So we actually grew up in an inner city community. And so, things would have been challenging, economic-wise and all of that. But one thing I have noticed, and of course I'm looking through the rearview mirror of life, because when you're in it, you're just going through. But when you have passed through and look back, you recognize that I never heard her complaining. She did not settle for her circumstances. And you talk about faith. She had a faith where, of course, she used Proverbs. So for God for her was Master God. And so when her circumstances feel like, we thought they were overwhelming, you could hear her say, Master God, me know say you're going to help me. Master God, me know say one day, me going to move from Luther Mix backyard and me going to own a piece of tattoo. Tattoo for those that are living, meaning your own home, right?
Wow.
So, you growing up, imagine growing up and seeing the circumstances that they are not necessarily ideal, but hearing these words like ever so often. You talk about daily, we talk about ever so often in the day, because when situations become overwhelming, those would be her go-to.
Exactly,
something goes wrong, she would definitely be encouraging. No mine. It might be long, but it won't be forever.
Right, because she did say in the book you have, when a man not dead, not call him duppy.
Mm-hmm.
Unpack that for us. Unpack that one for us, please.
That one is really about hope. It doesn't matter how dire and destitute the situation might seem. If you are alive, if you are still breathing, there is hope, and you will have and just might have the opportunity to ride through that situation. So you're not dead. So not call you duppy.
Exactly. So tell us the meaning behind the book's title.
Okay, so as I thought about the title, I remember when I was younger, I thought art was really about just drawing on paper or painting, right? But as I grew older, I began to realize that art is really an expression of what's happening on the inside. So people would express it through singing, through dancing, and various art forms. But when I looked at the way Mama lived, I said, definitely, this is a work of art. It is something from her inside, believing that there is hope, keeping hope alive. There's dream bigger than your circumstances. Establishing your boundaries and not allowing anybody to come beyond where you think they should come, and you operating and respecting those boundaries. That's art.
Yes.
Right?
That's art.
And she did it well. And therefore, I believe she lived well. And sometimes we think of living well as something about affluence and obtaining stuff. But living well is really living through even your difficult circumstances and still being able to smile, to laugh, to speak, to encourage. And she did that just well. So I think her life was a life of art, and therefore the art of living well, definitely that is what she did. That's how we came by the title of the book.
And as you were speaking, you have a thing where she says, "You don't have no eternity."
You love that one.
You don't have, and there's another one that I'm trying to find when she talks about, when your children are behaving, a little bit of challenging, and she says, you better, that one resonated. Like, listen,
grow out them ways, uncle. Them clothes, them grow out.
They're grow them clothes. Exactly. I love that one.
Pitting not grow out them ways. Uncle them close them grow.
Uncle them
So when our children were doing anything, you know, out of character, she would say, for example, if she's talking to me, she would say, Jan, you know, Mrs. So-and-so did that thing, but you have to go broke it out time, you know, because people, you know, grow out them ways, you know, our uncle them close them grow out.
Close them grow
and she
out.
believes
Can
that.
you
She
imagine?
believes, yes. I've never heard it before. I've not heard it outside of talking with Mama. And so some of these proverbs,
they're original.
Made them up. I don't know, but she just said them so natural.
The way I see your mother, Mama Later, is like, you know, she's a woman ahead of her time. She's a visionary.
I think she was.
This is a woman who, you know, as I was saying before in my preamble, like, listen, Jamaicans make lemonade out of lemons. Are we that? You understand? That is what we do. And a woman in her era, those were the women who were like, let me tell you something, let's just get on with it. We are not complaining. We have a job to do. So therefore, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. So she says so too. Yes. Trouble there, bush. Yes. Nancy, take it and carry it, go in yard. Lord of mercy. Trouble there, bush. Nancy, take it and carry it, go in yard.
Some things have no business reaching your home. Some things you should have just leave alone. Right? Where you take up that one for? So the
when you go
essence
take
of
it
that
up
is that
far.
leave some things alone. Yes, there's trouble out there and all of that. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Because some things in reality, we really don't have to take up. Some things that we embrace, some things that we take onto ourselves, we would best be served by avoiding those situations or just leaving them alone.
Exactly. Do you have a personal favorite? You know which one is my favorite. Do you have a personal favorite?
It's funny that you mentioned about spinning or grow them ways, because I don't think I have a favorite because they all are applicable. And the truth is, we remember them, and I keep saying we because I need to say that I am not the only family member who is like this. It's us. Because, I mean, we were grown with her. She imparted it to all of us. So we speak among ourselves saying the same thing. So the proverbs that she used, she actually just used them as soon as they become necessary. But the one that speak about pinning or grow out them ways, why that resonates with me is because children are very dear to my heart. And I believe that if we really train children, I mean, give them the space in which they should operate healthily and grow wisely, then we would definitely have a better generation. It's what we do with our children that we see in adults. So the adults today are the children of yesterday. They have become what they have been taught. And so that's why I love that proverb so much, because every time I think of it, I remember that it is important that we train our children. And the Bible speaks about it. Train up a child in the way he should go.
In the way that they should go.
Right. So it's biblical.
Hello.
Biblical.
Yes, I am so thankful that you honored her spirit and you paid this homage to your mom, and really, because in my opinion, she is now influencing a generation, because everybody going to go get this book. You understand what I'm saying? So here's another one that I love. When it came to attire, whether for an occasion or simply being at home, Mama had high standards. For she didn't hesitate to call us out if we fell short. So, no, this is what you see, all of the drop waist with the underwear showing. All right, cool. For instance, if our clothes were wrinkled, she'd likely say, "Is all you look so slacky tidy? Fix your clothes, man." Now, what is slacky tidy?
Slacky tidy is really slack and untidy. Slack and untidy. And in essence, it is saying that you know better. You have standards. You know what the standards are. But you have chosen to step away from those standards. It's not like you don't know. You have chosen to step away from that standard. And so she would not tolerate that. She would not facilitate it. And as I said in other gatherings, is that she was not a shouter. She was not a beater. So you won't hear her shouting on the tip top of her voice, nor will you find her like beating you. But what she would do, she would change the tone of her voice for the situation. So, yes,
yes.
you come out with the clothes looking at me. She said, then hold on. Oh, you look so fluffy tidy. You get, and you see the look on her face, so you know, this is not a laughing matter, you know. What you put on the water wash clothes for? So go, you know. And then there's my sister, one of my sister, she definitely epitomized that. Look here, don't come in and no water wash clothes near her. You understand what I'm saying? While some of us, you know, no, she's not into that.
Of course. No, you must have had a really powerful childhood. I don't even know what other word to describe it as powerful, because you were in the classroom every minute of every day. And I'm talking about classroom at school. I'm talking about classroom in your home. You know, we always talk about your parents are your first teachers, but Mama Leti was somebody who, you know, you hang on to her every word. So who was she at family gatherings? Was she funny? Were people always around her? Were people sitting at her feet? I have so many questions.
Mama was the heart. Mama was the heart of family gathering.
Yeah,
so on Christmas time generally, because we go there at different times, because Mama made a gathering of everything and anything. So she's cooking corn porridge, and you know that's not a porridge that you cook every day. She's calling you.
Right.
Jan, I'm cooking corn porridge. Car, which is her granddaughter who actually grew up in the house. I'm cooking corn porridge, and so we would all gather there just for the porridge, you know, just for the porridge. And then there would be this whole lot of discussions and laughter. But Christmas time, I mean, we're now at June. She's thinking of Christmas. She is thinking of what she's going to cook. And everybody, you know, from early out, so we can't miss it, because Christmas Day, we are heading to Seaview Gardens, because that's where she lived in the latter part of her years. And she was the main cook. She's cooking most of the stuff. And she's telling you what? Okay, so Jan, you're going to do the chicken. This one, you're going to do the mac and cheese. So she distributed the chores. And so when we finish eating, then we would be sitting, and of course, the joke would be on Mama, because Mama said something the other day, or Mama did something the other day. And the truth is, as she was not very formally educated, so our words, sometimes she don't call the word them right. So that ends we end up with, you know, no eternity, which really is no alternative, right?
No alternative.
So when
we didn't have the eternity.
Yes. So when we gather and we start talking, I mean, she could take a good laugh. When we laugh and everything, she said, all right, see, then now, we have one theater. We don't have to go away. On the theater, right? So she could take a good joke.
So how did now your upbringing influence the way you are in your family?
It follows through. So we still have our gathering. I mean, I still love my children and my niece and her children to come over. In fact, we gather monthly for a prayer meeting and many times breakfast. And that is traditional, coming from the fact that Mama loved to gather. We still gather for Christmas. Those of us that are here, especially the closer knitting one, we gather for Christmas. We sometimes gather on Independence. So the gathering continues. And sometimes we gather just because. We just gather for an evening.
I love that. We gather just because. Yeah. And I love the fact that there was a deep, abiding faith. And when you have a matriarch in a family who has such a relationship with God, you know, and it follows through, it sets the tone for the generations to come. That anything at all that is challenging, that is troubling you, or whatever the case is, make sure, so you can call on the master.
Yes. You're going to call somebody in the family to pray. You may not call everybody, but somebody in the family is going to call somebody in the family to pray about the situation.
Exactly. So let me ask you this now. What are your views on this? Storytelling seems to have, lessened over the years. Like if you ask a 7-year-old now who is Anansi, I'm going to ask you who is that? You understand? What are your views on that?
I think the truth is some of us as older ones, we call them the boomers generation. Some of us have dropped the button, right? We don't continue the tradition. Some people too. Right now in Jamaica, we have a mixed thing because people have migrated. Some have not. Some, even though they are of the boomers generation, they have not lived in Jamaica. For their entire life, and so somewhere along the line, they have lost it. But not being intentional, not decide that me don't like that no more. But just that, it wasn't so embedded in them. And then there is also the matter of community. You know, are we gathering? Are we still telling our children? And of course, the truth is, you tell the children and them, what is that? And they don't seem to want it. But many times, children don't really know what they want, what they need. Yes. They might say what they want, but they don't know what they need. So we, as the older ones, have to keep giving it to them and give it to them in doses that they can appreciate. Because sometimes we give it to them in a dose that is not so good for the taste. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So we have to find a way to give it to them in a way that is appreciative and that's admirable. But we can still get back there. I don't believe that all is lost.
I hope not, because you see, when we have festival, we have JBDC, not JBDC, JCDC, right, and festival and Grand Gala and so on. Let me just tell you something. There is not an empty seat in the house, you know, but separate and apart. So that still says that, and that says a lot, that we yearn for our culture. We yearn for our traditions, you know, because I'm telling you, so I am a proud Jamaican. Right. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, like books like these should be in the curriculum at some point. So therefore, you know, children can be exposed to these, the proverbs, because, you know, let me just say something. Our legacy, Jamaica, is important to everybody else around the world. Yeah. Everybody else is gleaning from it. You know, how do we keep it? No, in Jamaica, for Jamaicans, and make sure that, hey, listen, everybody can get a piece of this.
That's right. That's right. It's part of who we are.
It's part of who we are. Exactly. Exactly. So what if somebody else wants to write a book now, right, to honor a parent or an elder through writing? What would be your advice?
I'd say to that person, hey, look back through the rearview mirror of your life. Look at that parent or that elder. Look and talk about the values that you admired in that parent. Talk about what part of them is worthy of putting out there for somebody to learn and grow from. So you first of all try to establish the values. And you might say, but how am I going to write? Coming us to show up, right? Just start writing. Writing one value at a time, and just keep on doing that and being consistent. But I also want to tell you that there are publishing coach. I was helped by one of them, and I've now been trained to be one of them. So good. Bamboo Sparks is a brilliant publishing coach. And so I would recommend, or they can reach out to myself, and we'll definitely help them along the way.
Along the way. No. So those of us who say, listen to me, you know, books are dead. People are not reading books anymore and so on. What is your answer to that?
Books cannot die. And if people are not reading, then it is for us to spark the interest once again. It's doing things like these. I mean, going out and doing reading different aspects of it, reading in the schools, reading in community meetings. I mean, talking about the books with a level of excitement, you know, bring back. Yes. It is for us to get all excited again about books, because books, when I was growing up, they said reading maketh a full man. So books will take you to places that you might never be able to go. Books will give you ideas that you by yourself would not be able to create. Books will
broadens your conversation,
interest and inspiration and all of that within you. So books cannot die as long as humanity remain alive. Books can't die.
Exactly, because here is it. Your mama later says now, play your own fiddle and dance to it. I take that from, like, let me tell you something, you know, if you're not invited to the table, build your own. You understand me?
Well,
and then you...
That's one of the meaning, because the thing is true, you understand that these proverbs can have dual meaning,
multiple,
or more than one.
multiple meanings. Exactly.
I speak about them in the context in which they were used in our family. So in this case, she would say, yeah, play your own figure and a dance to it. In other words, you think that you are making all the decisions and you are living by them, and that's not healthy. You know, you need community. So you're faced with a situation. Maybe that's your music, right? But you alone don't have to dance to it. Find a community. Talk to somebody about it, right? So play your own figure and dance to it. That's lonesome. That's you alone.
That's lonesome.
You alone with the problem. You alone.
And yes, and then you become a victim to your own story and addicted to your story and the drama because you are playing your own fiddle. That sorrow. Oh boy. Okay. Here another one now. People now wear them hot on them sleeve. Yes. I know women of that generation. Like, listen. Now everybody have to know what going on. If you're happy, if you're sad, whatever, stop being so emotional. Stop. Unpack it, Jan. Unpack it.
Which one of them? It's two of them you're saying. You're talking about no people now wear them hard on them sleeve and
on them sleeves. Yeah.
People now wear them
that one
on them sleeves. In other words, so I might be looking at you and thinking that you have no problem. And so I sorry for myself, feeling that, boy, poor me alone over here. So, but I don't know that you over there is having a problem too. So we need to understand that we are all part of the human experience. We all have challenges, but not because you don't see somebody out there wallowing and self-pitying. You think they don't have problem too. People don't wear them out on them sleeves. They don't.
Yes, they don't. One last one I cannot believe. Go ahead.
I don't understand. Maybe they shouldn't. Because everything would be good for time.
And maybe they shouldn't. Because right now, and you even if, and this is where the books, and this is why books are just so wonderful. Because when I have a conversation now about this one line, people are wear their heart on them sleeve. Right? When you think about social media now, where if I am eating this grain of rice, everybody must know. If I am talking to John Tom over there, everybody must know. You understand? So this is now a generation where every heart is on every sleeve.
Right.
Because it's full disclosure. You know? Okay, so here's another one now. No better no day John shop.
No better no day John shop.
No better no
day John shop. The thing
better not there at John shop.
Yeah, say it again. No better not there at John shop.
No better not there at John shop. No better not there at John shop.
Good try. Good. So the thing is though, when you're children, you're looking on again and it's like the grass is greener over the other side of the fence. So you wish over there and you want to go over there. And sometimes you might even leave your place of safety, your place which was way more healthy because it looks better over there, right?
Over there, so.
Just encourage us to say, we know it's tough, it's hard, it's difficult, we're facing a rough time, but look here, no better than their John shop, no better than their John shop.
Yeah, John
right?
shop, no better
and that served, as encouragement to say, over there is not necessarily better.
It's just over there, so. All it is over there. So what is, when I say the grass is greener on the other side, the grass is just green. You don't know what is on the other side.
You don't know. You don't know what is under the grass.
You don't know. So, and what I said there, these proverbs that you have recalled, when I talk about layers, like people who want to leave their marriage and them things, you know what I mean? It's like they feel and then they live in regret. Because these types of decision making, then when you want to leave your job, and you're thinking, because somebody step on your toes and whatever the case is, no, them could have stepped on your toe a little more. You understand? Do not leave income until you don't do that. But people get so emotional. So no better over John shop. No, don't do it. No better than over this. So let me ask you this now. How do we find you? Where do we get this book?
The book is on Amazon. I will definitely send you the link. But if you go on Amazon and search for The Art of Living Well, Mama Liti's Proverbs by Janet Morgan, you will definitely see it. In the book, I have my email address, I have my telephone number, so definitely I can be reached through all of those.
And you're hopping on Instagram right now. And what is your Instagram? Yes. Because you guys, let me just tell you, when you go on your Instagram page, you will see a beautiful cover. As you look at it, you say, oh, Jamaican, that's my grandma. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. So what's your Instagram handle?
Morgan Janet 61.
Morgan Janet 61. I would like everybody to run over there now and, follow her, and then with an intention to order a copy of this book and then gift it. And then gift it. Christmas is coming because Mama Leta is already thinking about Christmas time. She's already thinking about Christmas.
She's going to buy for her grandchildren.
Of course. And what, I mean, and everybody, even in the diaspora, it's like, what better to honor somebody and give a gift of a little bit of Jamaica. You know what I mean? This has been such a beautiful, beautiful interview. So you're saying that you're also a mentor. So if anybody wants to get in touch with you to, help them along with the book, give us your telephone number, if you can.
It's 995-5482. 876-995-5482.
Okay. So Marvelous Marvin says, I grew up on all these proverbs except one. I never heard and still using them in my daily life. Anytime I reel off one to my youngster, they act like what that means. You see, that's it. That's it, because we need to start saying it and letting them know what is happening. Charmaine says, it's true, we have dropped the baton. The boomers have become Americanized.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There is always room. I mean, when a man not dead, not call him Duppy. So the fact that
call him Duppy, there's always time. There's always time.
Over again.
Yes.
And it is about consistency. Remain consistent. So you use those proverbs because my mother never sit down and tell us that it means this. But because she keep using them in certain situations, then we began to understand that this is what it means when she says it.
Yeah. By osmosis, exactly.
Say to all those persons, be consistent in the use of proverbs.
We could just go on and on. Oh my goodness gracious! Because what this does now is open up a wider conversation. It broadens, our conversation now. So everybody listening in our cars, everybody, can say, oh, you know what is true? I remember when I heard that. I remember. So Jan, thank you so very much for coming on our program today, and we hope to have you back soon when you write the second book.
Go right. I look forward to that too. And just to say that the book, though, is about conversation too, right?
Absolutely,
it's conversation, and it opens the door for you to be able to speak to your younger generation.
All right, darling. And thank you so very much again for joining us. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, guess what? We have to go. This was such a beautiful conversation with Janet Morgan that we just, I lost track of time. Pepita, please don't kill me because I was sad with Pepita and Jerome coming up right now. So we have some people to thank. Jareen Campbell, who is our producer and who puts together these lovely design studio shows. We want to tell her thank you. Our videographer and editor, Nigel Austin. Big up to you, and big up, of course, to David McNish and Kevin Williams, my two engineers, who are in studio and keep this program rolling and on time each and every week. Our driver, Kimali Rowe, who drives us and gets us there in style. Big up to you. So that now, my friends, my stylish friends, that wraps up another inspiring episode of our Decor Radio Show. We hope you've enjoyed the journey through the world of interior design and gathered valuable insights and ideas to enhance your living spaces. So join us again next time, same place, as we continue to explore the captivating realm of lifestyle. Until then, keep envisioning and transforming your spaces into havens of beauty and comfort. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to join us each and every Saturday at 90.3, 90.5, 90.6 90.7 and 90.9. And of course, on our YouTube live stream, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. Tell a friend, share the show, get these numbers up, and we'll see you again next week, Saturday. Happy Saturday, and have a great weekend. Bye.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many